Here in Brookhaven, for those who don't know, I can shrink my Roblox avatar, and this is the smallest size I can get. But today, I want to shrink my avatar as much as I can here in the game, and I'm going to teach ways to get really tiny that I'm sure you've never seen before. So for that, I'm going to have to call my friends. So I got this car, and I'm arriving here at the front. But guys, something is happening here, and you can see that we have this castle right here, and all the houses nearby are destroyed, and I don't know what happened, but I got here to talk to the players. I said, what happened? And I want them to explain to me what is going on, especially because it looks like their house was completely destroyed, and I don't know what's happening. But today, I want to get really tiny to simply invade the players' houses, and I want to get into their house without them noticing to scare them. She said he destroyed all the houses, and I don't know who she's talking about, but my friend got closer and said it was the king, kick him out of the kingdom. So I'm coming here to do this mission, because for me to get really tiny, I will have to complete this mission in Roblox, otherwise they will be very sad. But guys, I'm coming here to talk to the king, but it seems like there's a Spider-Man here at the front, and I don't know what he's doing here, but he's watching everything. And actually, he got closer to say something. He said, don't go, he is evil. But I'm looking here, and the king is simply my friend, and I know him, so it's all good for me to go inside here. But guys, he hid down here, literally in the sewer, but he came back up, because apparently he wants to stand by the window that he had missed before. But now, I'm arriving exactly here because I want to invite this friend to help me test ways to get really tiny. But if he doesn't want to help me and bans me from his house, I will get unbanned from here, and I will get really tiny to enter his house without him noticing. But the player just arrived here, and he said, leave, I'm going to ban you. And that's weird because he wants to ban me, and my friend is not the owner of the house. Actually, it's this player. I said, I want to test ways to get really tiny. Help me. And guys, you will have to help me do that. But he just stood up, and he's simply scared, because he just remembered what we were going to do today in Brookhaven. But the player is looking here, and said, you can't leave, you need to pretend you are the king, otherwise they will find out the truth. Guys, I don't know what he's talking about, but I think this friend of mine is not the real king. But now, he changed his avatar back to normal, because he got tired of being king, and suddenly he got banned. So I have to get out of here quickly before I get banned in Roblox. But he got really close, and now he's simply using this Roblox sword. But Spider-Man got inside there, and I don't know what he's doing, but now he's coming down here, because something is happening, and I'm looking at all of this, and it looks like the real king is right here, and he's simply eating a bunch of candy, and I have to get revenge on him urgently. But the wizard got closer and said, don't tell people the truth, and please save us. And it looks like he is asking for help, but he went back inside, and I will have to help him. But first, I want to test your ways to get really tiny. So for that, I'm going to get my car, and then I'll come back here to help you. But it looks like he agreed. So I'm coming back here to get my friend, because I want to test several ways to get really tiny. But for that, I will need his help to compare the sizes. But he just arrived back here, and to test these myths, I'm coming here to the front, exactly at the avatar shop, because there are 3 ways to make an avatar really small. So I'm coming right here, and my friend will have to come here too. And you can see that finally he is coming. And he said, I only know one way to get small, just watch. And now he is shrinking his avatar, and you can see that he got really small. But this is not enough. I want to get even smaller, because even though this size is really small, it's not the smallest size of all. He said, but how small do you want to get? Look, I want to get so small that you won't even be able to see me in Roblox, and I want to be smaller than this button. And you can see that I'm really big, but I want to be smaller than that. But the first way to do this is really simple. I will have to use this totally small avatar, which unfortunately he deleted. Now I am resizing my character, and you can see that I'm very small, but I'm still too big. And you can see that my friend is very small, while I'm very big. And it even looks like I'm a giant. He said, you really are a giant, but you just have to shrink your avatar, right? And that's exactly it. So I'm going to shrink the avatar. Here on the right, if I shrink my avatar, I get very small. You can see that this time it looks like my friend is the giant. And he said, wait, can you get even smaller? And yes, there is a way to do that. But first, I want to scare the players. So I'm arriving right here, and my friend is looking at it, and he is scared. He said, you are very small. But that friend of mine is coming here, and he just arrived. And he said, I'm small too. But my yellow friend is looking at him, and he simply disagreed, because I am much smaller in Brookhaven. And I really am very small. But guys, there is a way to get even smaller. But first, I want to invade the king's castle, because I want to see if he will notice that I'm coming here, and I will have to go inside. Perfect, I'm getting inside here, and I hope that player doesn't notice. But actually, he noticed, and he said, I'm going to pretend I didn't see anything. And that's really good. He is simply pretending he didn't see me. So now I'm coming here, and I'm going to run past the king just to see if he notices I'm here. And you can see that the king is having lunch, and he is eating as much food as possible. But first, I'm going to make a disguise, and I'm going to have to remove my hat. And now I'm unrecognizable. So I'm going to run past here, and I'm stepping on his food, and now I'm getting out of here. But there's a problem. Spider-Man is right here, and now the king just arrived, and he is very angry, because he just realized that there is a player here hiding in his house. But guys, the wizard arrived here, and he simply banned him. He said, sorry for the invasion, he was a hacker. But that's a lie. That player was not a hacker, and I'm still here inside. So I'm going to run through here just to make them really angry. So I'm coming back here, and I'm going to hide in this part. And now he is coming back here trying to find where I am. But unfortunately, he is not going to find me because I'm under the stairs. And actually, he noticed that I'm here. And that's a problem. He said, ban him now. Look, unfortunately, they won't be able to because I'm running out of here. These players are never going to ban me in Roblox. But guys, now I'm going to have to leave here to test more ways to get even smaller. But guys, there's a problem. I can't get out of here. I'm simply too light. And now I finally managed to get out. But guys, they just realized that I got out of here. He said, make the avatar even smaller. I know you can do it. And I'm sure I will be able to do it. But both of them are staring at me. And they really want me to do it. So I'm going to have to change some things in Roblox. I'm going to have to shrink all these Roblox buttons. And now theoretically I'm very small. But I have to see if this will work in Brookhaven. Perfect. I am like this. And if I shrink my avatar, you can see that I am really very small. But I don't know if I am smaller than before. He said, you are much smaller than before. And it looks like I am very small. So much that both of them are scared. And he said, look, let's compare our heights. But he changed his avatar. And now he is shrinking here. And you can see that he is very small. But it looks like I'm a little smaller than him. And I really am smaller. But I need to put on a small head. He said, put on the invisible head. And what he said is true. If I use the invisible head, I will be the smallest person ever. But this is not the best way to get small in Brookhaven. Actually, there are other ways that I will test today. But the player started building his house again. And you can see that she is building her house. And my friend should do that too. I said, go back to building your houses. Because they should do that. After all, this is my friend's house. And this one is my other friend's house. So they should get back to work. But he came back right here. And now he started building his house. But this friend of mine is also coming back here to build his house. But there is a problem. He is very small. So I don't know if he is going to be able to do it. But he picked up this item. And now he is digging the ground to build his house. But now I am using the completely invisible head. And you can see that I am very small. And I am the smallest person ever. Because now I don't even have a head anymore. But I am coming here to the castle to see the players' reactions. And I am arriving right here. And I almost didn't get inside. But I am in front of the king. And it looks like he just realized that I am here. And he is scared. He is not understanding what he is seeing here in Roblox. Because I have no head. He said, it's a monster. Ban him now. And I don't deserve to be banned in Roblox. But there is a problem. The wizard just stood up over there. And he is coming here to ban me. And I am sure he is not going to do that. After all, he is a good person. So he just dropped the sword. And now he is going back there. And he said, you are the one who is going to be banned. You are no longer the king of the city. And guys, this is really weird. He just got banned. And he will never come back here. And that's really good. But he is looking here. And said, you are the new king. Look, but I don't want to be king. Actually, I will choose someone else to do it. I said, I will choose someone else. But it looks like he agreed. So I'm leaving the castle with a lot of difficulty. But I'm not managing to do it. Perfect. I made it. But there is a player here in front, and he said, I want to be king because I am good at it. I am Sigma. But I don't know if what he is saying is true, but I will let him become king. I said, okay, go and be a good king. And it is very important that he does his job. But now, he just got inside here, and I really hope he will be a good king. And I'm a little scared, because I don't even know the player, but I'm sure he is a good person. But you can see that they're all building their houses, and it's looking really good. This friend of mine is right here building his house, and the girl is also here building her house in Roblox. But I want to come here to test how to get even smaller in Roblox. I said, come on, I want to test more ways to get even smaller, and I want him to come along. But he is looking here, and actually he got scared. He said, wait, are there more ways? Look, actually there are infinite ways, but I want to test even better ways to get smaller here in the game. After all, I am very small, and I am the size of this thing, and I am sure there is a way to get even smaller, but I have to figure out how to do it. And now he stood up here and said, okay, let's just test 2 more ways. Okay, but these 2 ways will be the most important of all, because I am going to get really tiny, so I had to buy this character in Roblox. Perfect, I bought it here. And now you can see that I am very small. So I am going to resize my character, and now you can really see that I am very small. But there is a problem. My head is huge. And my friend is laughing because my head is very big. He said, the size of your head doesn't make sense. And that's true. But if I shrink my Roblox avatar, you can see that I am very small. But guys, I already know what I'm going to do to fix my Roblox head. I'm simply going to shrink its size. So I am shrinking all the possible buttons, and now resizing my character, and you can see that I am even smaller. He said, oh my god, invade his house now. I doubt he is going to see you. Okay, I am going to do that, but I am not going to the castle. Actually, I want to go to this Roblox mansion, because for those who don't know, if I get inside here, that king from before is running away here. So I have to go to his house to scare him in Brookhaven. But maybe if I use the invisible head, I will get even smaller. Perfect! Now I am very small, and it is almost impossible to see me. So I press this button for it to come down, and I finally went up here, and I am climbing exactly here, and I think he is not going to see that I am here. And apparently, he is right over there, simply watching TV, and he still hasn't noticed that I am here. here. And he said, wait, this house isn't even mine. And that is very weird. And it looks like the real owner of the house is coming right here. And that is very bad. Now the player is coming down here, and apparently he was banned. But I am simply here, and I think he didn't notice that I was here, which is very weird. But guys, I am going to stay hidden back here, exactly behind this plant, which makes it impossible for the player to see me. But he is coming up here, and apparently he is coming here to watch TV. But here on the right, I will have to grab this secret item, and I'm going to throw it right here. And now he will have to figure out where I am, which is going to be almost impossible. But he got here, and he doesn't know what's going on. But now, I threw the item again, and it looks like he realized I'm here because of the item. So I have to get out of here running, because I don't want to get banned. And now, he passed by here and didn't even notice that I'm behind. So I threw the item just to make him very angry, so much that he is looking back here. And I have to get out of here quickly, so I'm going to hide somewhere else. And now I'm here in this plant, and it's very weird because I can hide wherever I want. And now I threw the item, but this time I'm not going to leave here. And he is simply looking, and said, how did you do that? That's impossible. Look, it's not as impossible as it seems. Actually, this is very possible. But I am getting out of here because I want to test bugs to see if they work or not. So I'm going down here, and I'm going to have to call my friend to do this. But the door is locked, and that's very bad. He is coming here to ban me, but I'm not going to let that happen. And now he just left there, because he thinks I'm outside. But actually, I'm not outside. And now I really am outside, and I'm going to have to get my friend to help me with this. And he is seeing all of this, and said, oh my god, you are so small. And I really am tiny. I am the smallest person ever in Brookhaven. But I just grabbed this bike, and it doesn't make sense, because this bike is huge. And it gets really glitched and really weird in Brookhaven. But I'm going back to the beginning of the game because I want to test bugs in Brookhaven. And now that I'm very small, you can see that the animations get really weird, and it really doesn't make sense. But my friend finally arrived here, and now he picked up this hammer. But guys, I am arriving here at the trampoline, and here on the right, I am going to use an animation to basically lie down in Roblox, and you can see that I'm flying very high. But now, I used the right animation, and I am simply flying. And this is very weird. I just fell exactly here, but now I am arriving at the front, and my friend is right here, and it looks like he also wants to go flying. So he is jumping here at the back, and now he flew away in Roblox. Of course, he disappeared. So I arrived here too. Now I jumped exactly here, and you can see that I am flying very far away. This is my end in Brookhaven because I fell off the map. But guys, now I want to test a way to get even smaller in Roblox. I told him to follow me in Roblox. Now he just left the game. So I am going to enter my Roblox game. Now I am in my Roblox game, and for those who don't know, I have secret commands. I can type several secret commands, like this command here, where everyone becomes giant. But I want to test ways to simply get very small. So for that, I am going to use the secret commands, and I am going to type exactly this number, and now I am very small. But I am not very small. Actually, I am just a little small. He said, make us smaller. Okay, I am going to type the secret command, and now we are going to get very small. And I am really very small, and you can see that my friend is right here. And guys, I can't see him because he is really very small. And I am simply the smallest person ever, because no one can see me. And now, I am going to type this secret command, and now I am even smaller. This is my size in Roblox, and it is impossible for people to see me, especially because I am smaller than everything here in the game. And it really feels like I am an ant, because I am very small. And it's like having the vision of an ant, and now I can see what the life of an ant is like. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the become a member button. I will add you on Roblox.